Hello. No music, 3 hours. No podcasts, 3 hours. Just me and the road. And how did it go, you might ask? Well, at first, it was pretty, man, I kind of want to listen to something. I'm getting bored. I'm going to fall asleep here, but nah. Then the next hour was spent maybe closer to 45 minutes, but a good amount of just, stream of consciousness freestyling to pass the time. Uh, that was pretty good. I didn't come up with some incredibly amazing bars, but it's mostly just looking out at the road, seeing what's there, and rapping about it, all in good fun. And then for the next bit, I thought about my past and, how I've become who I am so far, and then thought about my emotions a little bit of yeah, emotions are cool, that's neat. And then realized I was being very judgmental of the road, because I looked over and I saw only the back end of a pickup truck parked by the side of the road, and it was loaded with wood, and it was spray painted $50 on the side. And I guess it just really boggled my mind how anyone would spend $50 for that much wood. Surely you can just go get it yourself or go get it for cheaper and not buy it off the side of the road for exorbitant prices. But that took up a lot of mental space for about 20 minutes of why would he be doing this? Then I was like, wait, it could be a huge brain move where this guy doesn't want wood, and so he's just, putting it around different places on the highway, and then people are just going to steal his wood because he's asking for $50, and who's going to pay $50 for a truck bed of wood? So people steal the wood, and then he doesn't have wood anymore, and so really he's a mastermind because he just wanted to get rid of the wood. But probably not. Some other interesting things that occurred on the ride is I realized that I should probably read more. I read a little bit of Book yesterday, and Book was all right, but Book wasn't the most captivating. But it doesn't really have to be because it's a learning book, and so I learned from the book. But maybe, just maybe, I could read for fun instead of reading for knowledge, pure knowledge. Because I read plenty of knowledge books. Not so much anymore, of course, because the knowledge books come to me innately. But maybe if I read for fun, that's less time looking at my terrible, awful, corrupt, vindictive phone, and more time looking at words on paper. And hey, maybe I'll learn a few words on my way through some books. And honestly, I could even start a book club. That's something I could do. I don't know how I'd get books for a book club, but it's a good idea. If I wanted to read more, have a reason to. And let me see, anything else that happened? I bought a gas station cookie, okay? Hear me out. It wasn't good, but it was kind of cheap, and I was interested in eating a cookie at the time. So it worked out, really. Let's see, what else? I didn't buy gas. I'm gonna need to buy gas. And that's about the summation of my ride. Oh, speaking of summation, which no one should probably ever say, I saw a big slope down a hill, right? And I'm like, now if we just imagined it as it's covered in ice, and so it's a frictionless surface, then what would if someone were to slide down the slope and reach the bottom, what would their final velocity be? And then I thought about it for a little bit, and I'm like, maybe you could take an integral of the angles, because it's curvy, but I don't know if that would work. And maybe you could honestly just use potential energy to find it, because the energies are conserved. But enough math. I'm sorry to bore you. But, my math brain started mathing again. So I guess that's also something that was interesting that happened. So yeah, if you ever get the opportunity, you should Rawdog a 3-hour drive. I even did it without AC, and it's like 20 degrees out. That was a choice. Probably not the best one. I kind of was just thinking about, man, I'm kind of cold right now. And that's about it for that. So maybe you can use some AC, if you have it, of course, which I am blessed to have. But if you're ever going on an extended car ride, try a little bit of no music, no podcasts, just you and your thoughts. Anyways, toodles.